Howdy, folks, and welcome. I'm the Creepy Kentuckian. We have another really cool horror review for you guys today. This one's been long awaited, much anticipated, from the fine folks over at Second Sight Films. Brand new limited edition 4K remastered for the very first time using the original camera negatives. It's Neil Marshall, the man that brought us The Descent and Doomsday. It's his debut film, Dog Soldiers, from 2002. This was a passion project that they worked on behind the scenes for like 6 years before it was finished. And this one is definitely one of the lower budget films that allowed Neil to kind of get his name out there and make bigger budget, like The Descent and Doomsday, both mainstream theatrical movies. But it all started with Dog Soldiers, guys. This is essentially I always described it as a action werewolf zombie hybrid. All that rolled up into one. The movie follows a group of soldiers on a training mission in Scotland, deep in the woods. They end up finding the remains of some of their colleagues. They find one that's barely surviving, barely getting by. They're like, what in the hell's going on here? They're rescued and taken to a farmhouse by a local woman. I think it's a zoologist. And she's trying to explain to them what's going on. This is a family of werewolves, and they're out to get you. It's full moon tonight and for a few nights. And from that point on, it's almost like, zombie movie, Night of the Living Dead, but it's werewolves with soldiers and all that good stuff. This was a crazy low budget movie, 16 millimeter. So it's one of those movies that yes, this is in 4K, but 16 millimeter can only go so far. At the same time, very important to let you guys know, this is the very first time that the original camera negatives have been scanned for this. So the previous releases, I think Lionsgate did a release in the United States. I'm pretty sure Scream Factory did a release a few years ago. All those kind of got negative reviews, the video quality. A lot of people were thinking, well, hell, this movie cannot look any better. But you're wrong. This 4K edition, Dog Soldiers, is the definitive version. If you're a fan of this movie, which honestly to me, I'm not really a huge fan of this movie. I've tried numerous times to watch it. It's fun. It's got some great gore sequences. I think the werewolves in it are really cool looking. They're quick shots. You don't really see them very much until right towards the end of the movie. Not one of my favorites. I'm not a big werewolf guy anyway, but mad respect and props to Neil Marshall for pulling this movie off. Low budget film, passion project. I think it's primarily all English actors and people from the United Kingdom area, and it works. This movie ultimately works. There is some comedy elements in it as well. But at the end of the day, this edition, this limited edition set in 4K, Second Sight Films knocked this son of a bitch out of the park again. Second Sight Films is in the running, very close neck and neck for Studio of the Year of 2022. Some of the stuff that they have brought us this year, and they're not done, but some of the stuff so far that Second Sight has brought us is fucking insane. That's all I'm going to say. But this particular edition, Dog Soldiers, just recently came out, loaded with special features. We're going to go over some of the extra stuff that's included. This is, of course, a limited edition 4K Blu-ray combo. The new 4K restoration from the original camera negative was approved by director Neil Marshall and director of photography Sam McCurdy, which this was another one that Second Sight Films took their time on. I think that this was delayed a little bit as well so they could get that approved transfer from the filmmakers. It features the 4K and the Blu-ray with bonus features on both formats. The 4K UHD is presented in Dolby Vision HDR. Features some archive audio commentaries with Neil Marshall. Separate audio commentary with producers David E. Allen and Brian O'Toole. There's a new audio commentary by writer and associate professor of film Allison Pierce. Werewolves, Crawlers, Cannibals, and More. It's a brand new 40-minute interview with director Neil Marshall. A history of lycanthropy, author Gavin Bedelli on werewolf cinema. Werewolves, Folklore, and Cinema video essay by author Michael Coven. Werewolves versus Soldiers, The Making of Dog Soldiers, which is a very extensive documentary on the film. I think it's over an hour. A Cottage in the Woods, an interview with production designer Simon Bowles. Combat, the short film by Neil Marshall, deleted scenes, trailer, photo gallery, all kinds of good stuff. And the packaging itself is a rigid slipcase with new artwork by Chris Malbin, a 108-page booklet with new essays by Craig Ian Mann, Allison Pierce, Zoe Rose Smith, Anya Stanley. It's an exclusive interview with Neil Marshall by Matthew Thrift, plus behind-the-scenes photos, 6 collectors' art cards. Second Sight Films goes all out, man. I am so excited for some of the stuff that they've got coming up. Hopefully we can cover that. This is must own. If you're a fan of this movie, go and sell your other copies. It's not going to get any better than this. Dog Soldiers is out now. Check it out. Check us out over at DEADPIT.com. Give us the thumbs up.
Up your butt.
Like, subscribe, and if you subscribe, here's something else you can do. Once you subscribe, you can click the bell notification, right? And it'll notify you anytime that Dead Pit puts up new shit.
Or don't. I really don't give a if you do.
I want you to. I want you to.
I don't care.
Let's keep our community growing here on YouTube.
I don't like it. I don't want you to do nothing.
Listen, they need to do that, pal.
No, don't you dare touch it.
Thumbs up, subscribe, and click that bell.
For this video officially, it's Oak Curlyjaws has a message for you. Go on over to shop.deadpit.com and go look at their Teen Public store right now. You got some new shirts like the Oak Curlyjaws official t-shirt, which is brutal and badass. You got the Yummy Gummy shirt with the captain himself on the shirt. You got Uncle Bill's face on a fucking shirt. You got the Final Girl shirt. You got all these shirts over at shop.deadpit.com. Get them before they're all out, especially the new one, Bedtime 1039. It doesn't get better than that, so go on out. Check out these shirts at shop.deadpit.com. Go look at their Teen Public store. You're going to have a good old time. Get them all!
Thank you to all of our supporters on Patreon. Dead Pit on Patreon.com is the only place to check out a complete archive of the old Dead Pit radio shows all the way back from 2005 on, in addition to the midweek shows and fan commentaries, exclusive podcasts, and much more. Dead Pit on Patreon.com if you're interested. Tiers start at only $1.